Hi there guys, so what a night of boxing, what a treat that was. Derek Chisora and David Price, that was an explosive finish to that fight. And you have Prograis against Taylor, where Josh Taylor has now established himself as the best super lightweight in the world by winning the Muhammad Ali trophy and unifying the IBF and WBA titles in the process. Now, let's start with David Price and Derek Chisora. Now, early on in that fight, it was quite apparent that Derek Chisora was going to be too much for David Price. David Price was doing well, mind you. I'm not taking anything away from him. But it's just Derek Chisora was finding it all too easy to close that distance. And David Price didn't really have a remedy for it, other than just trying to trade up on the inside, which of course is going to always be Derek Chisora's game in that fight. Because Derek Chisora is a shorter guy and can get those short shots away, whereas David Price is better at long range. So maybe this was too much for David Price. And there are calls for him to maybe retire now. But I mean, David Price was coming off 3 good wins. Obviously, one of them came by disqualification. But I mean, he was winning most of that fight anyway. So he's coming off of 3 good wins. Now he has a loss, 1 setback. But I mean, has he been here before? Yes. So why would he have to quit? I mean, it wasn't a bad knockout. David Price got to his feet and he was stopped on his feet. The towel came in. So David Price has nothing to be ashamed about. And he can always go on and find another fight. Because the position he was in before the Derek Chisora fight was a strong one. He was looking at getting a few fights, getting some more momentum, and then going into the big fights. But this big fight just came around, and David Price is an out-and-out fighter. So he took the fight. And all credit to him. I mean, he was doing well in there. He had his moments. He did catch Derek Chisora every now and then. And Derek Chisora was stunned a few times by the punches. But that was only momentarily. Derek Chisora soon grabbed a foothold in the fight, and Derek Chisora just done what he does best, smother his opponents and apply pressure, and he was just too much for David Price in the end. But David Price put up a valiant effort, and as I said, he got back to his feet, and he had to be stopped on his feet, which shows that David Price does have something left to give in the sport of boxing, because there's nothing else he can do. That is his job, that is how he provides for his family. So David Price will continue, I'm sure of that. Now, Prograis versus Taylor, what a fight. I mean, Prograis had his moments and he was trading off with Josh Taylor, but he was always coming second. Josh Taylor was always first to work. And Prograis had to take the seconds, and that was never good for him in this fight because obviously Josh Taylor grabbed a foothold straight away. Prograis took a few of the early rounds, but from round 6-7 onwards, it was all Josh Taylor. And Josh Taylor, I believe, put on an incredible world-class performance against Prograis. He was calm, he was collected, and he didn't get too greedy when he started landing. And I just think that Josh Taylor put in an incredibly mature performance. All of the clean work was coming from him. And Prograis was always coming second. But it really was an entertaining fight. And what a night of boxing as well. David Price against Derek Chisora was very exciting. Conor Benn got a win. Lawrence Okolie won the European title. Shannon Courtney had a great win as well. And obviously the main event was brilliant. But guys, what are your thoughts on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below about the fight. And please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.